Hi, YouTube. Welcome back to the Truth of the Past. Today, our guest is Bill Ray. He played for many great acts in the music industry. Hey, Bill.
Hey, Bill.
Hello.
How are you?
Well, doing well. It's fine with COVID and all that stuff. And trying to hold up the road, I guess.
We're good. We're good. Great that you uh agreed to join us on this Zoom. We did watch the Ike Turner unsung, and you was on there. So can you kind of give us some information about when you started and how you started?
Oh, from like the beginning. Well,
Yes.
I grew up in Jackson, Mississippi, and my dad and mom were photographers, and so I was kind of involved in the music industry in an indirect way because they were photographers for this record label called Malico Records. Like the Mississippi Mass Choir, Bobby Rush, who was that? King Floyd. All those guys were coming in and out of my parents' studio, but I was a little kid. I didn't know who any of them were until much later in life, and I started playing drums when I was about a year and a half old. My dad was a drummer, and just kind of it took me from there. And now here it is. I'm 51 and still doing it.
Well, good, good. So what was it like knowing Ike Turner?
Well, Ike was the first time I ever met him was in about 1997 in San Diego downtown, and he was we were opening a show for him. He was just kind of getting his life back, after having been out of prison and all that, and he'd been living in St. Louis, and him and Jeanette, is I'm not sure which one in the chain of wives that he had. I think he was married like 14 times, I think. But he stayed in touch with most of them too. So I mean, it was kind of like that, and they all helped him out and looked out for him. So Jeanette, she came out with him from St. Louis, and I ran into him at this club in San Diego, and he was kind of brash and get out of my way, man. I'm like, okay, yes, sir, Mr. Ike. And I got to hang out with his old drummer, the legendary Soko Richardson, who was a really nice guy, and I immediately felt like this, aura of amazingness around these people. Because I mean, how could you not? This is the guy who pretty much takes away Western and the entire world. And the entertainment industry kind of, recognize him more for that, I believe, because of all the good that he did for it. It's
Uh-huh.
so
Okay.
I feel like through that, and then I don't want to lead to your next questions, but I'll let you ask your next question. But
Um, so who else did you play for besides Ike?
well, I started out playing in Jackson, Mississippi, with different club bands, and then I ended up moving to Tampa, Florida when I was 17, and I played around in that area, and then I moved back to Jackson and played in that particular scene, just doing club dates. Back in those days, you had the Holiday Inns and Ramada Inns and all that. They had music in their lounges, and so they would put bands on a circuit, and everybody would travel to different points. It was like you were getting paid to do it. That was fun. Moved to California when I was 20, and I lived in San Diego for 26 years. And I played with a guy named Paul Gilbert recently. He's one of the top 10 guitar players in the world. But over the years, I've played with, geez, I'd say probably 500 bands, and who else? What are some top names? Pat Upton, the guy who wrote For Once in My Life, you know that song Stevie Wonder did?
Yes.
Yeah, that's Pat Upton wrote that tune, and I got to play with him one time. And I've been really lucky to have been able to make somewhat of a living doing this. Playing drums for the past, 35 years or so. I count my blessings for that.
Most definitely. Well, that's interesting, because you really don't see a lot of uh, people that was back in that time, or even met celebrities. So I bet as being a kid, it was kind of unique seeing interesting people coming in and out and even playing for them.
Yeah, well, the thing that I've learned is like if you are like my own personal conquests, like I always wanted to play with good musicians, so I sought them out, and because of that, you kind of your abilities, you practice and you get better and you develop that outwards, and really what it is networking. It's about
That's
getting
right.
people. That's why I'm not. That's why I like to talk and put my name out there, because that's really networking is 90% of it. It's not
That
one.
is that is true. That is true. So was that the first and only time that you met Ike Turner, or was that more other time that you met him?
Well, yeah. See, I was gonna. I didn't want to extend the story earlier, but what happened was in 1992, Kevin Cooper, his bass player, and part of the circle of Ike Turner University graduates, 7. um, well, Kevin and I played in the band at this place down in San Diego called Chuck's Steakhouse,
Uh-huh.
and we became friends and we did things around town and all that. And so in 2001, Kevin came to me and said, "Hey, Billy, I needs a new drummer." And I said, "Really?" He says, "Yeah, man." He says, "You want to come up?" And I said, "Yeah, I'll come up." And so I went to his house and we sat down, and I was starstruck, as would be. It's like Turner, and I'm in his house with my drums, and okay, we're gonna play music now. So uh, we sit down and they give me a few pointers. This is what he likes to hear, and da 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 da. And I sat down and started playing, and when I play, my left foot kind of bounces. It sort of bounces up and down my leg,
Uh-huh.
and he looks over at me and he goes, "Man, look at him." He's like, "Kid, look at his leg, man. Uh, that's just like me, man. Man, you the drummer of my soul." I'm gonna take that and run with it. I will own that, and that can be verified.
Well, that is wonderful. Like I said, I've never met him, and my friend hasn't either, but we know his family and his friends and stuff and fans. And like I said, it's just neat to want to, bring back that type of music all over again, because I was telling some friends yesterday that that type of music is life. Even if you play the drums, the guitar, the saxophone, the singer, is still a message. And so that was good that you even got to interact with him and to even go to his house,
Yeah,
and practice with him.
that was we did this thing. Oh golly, what year was it? 2000, maybe it was 2005. It's right after we'd done this big tour in Europe. There wasn't much happening on the gigs, so we would go to his house every day, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, from 10:30 in the morning to about 1:30 in the afternoon, and we'd sit there and we'd play music for 3 solid hours, just working on things and practicing and polishing, and just it was for him, it was to help
Yeah.
me sit around doing nothing, because he had plenty that he wanted to do with that. He could go. If you want to go buy a car today, let's go buy a car. If he wanted to, go on a trip, he could do that too. So he just didn't want to, squander the talent that he had, and he had to play music. So we all played music with him, and it went on for, oh golly, how long did we do that for? Probably a year, and it was boot camp. I mean, it was like you left your skin on the hook at the door, and you sat down and your position, and Ike was like had this big like figurative bag of salt, and he'd be throwing it at you, and you'd be like, but it was just words. Like he would kind of cut you down a little bit, or he would, speak to you about something, and yeah, he was never abusive. I mean, I never saw anything like that happen. There was never anything like that. Was far before my time, but I heard a lot of stories about it. I heard the story,
Uh-huh.
that came out of that camp because a lot of the guys that worked with I, they had been with him for decades. They were there back in the 70s and 80s, like Ernest Lane and Mac Johnson and Paul Smith. And, Warren is bass player. I worked with him once. It was all these different people that were part of that group, and it was a family. It was
Yeah.
like we were in. Like if I see anybody that worked with Ike anytime, anywhere, we sit down and have a conversation. We're cool because we know each other from that point in time, and that's what I love about that organization. It's just a big, huge family. So
And we really, in these days and times, you really don't see that in this type of music nowadays. With the younger generation, you don't see that type of net family.
yeah, the thing is that I think it's just experience, and that also think about what record companies are doing now. They're not really able, they have to grab something that's going to sell. So if they see
Yeah.
some selling a whole bunch of stuff, then they're going to take that and they're going to put it out there, and it's usually like sort of in one vein of music. I mean, it's or not so much one vein, but it's very the music industry is trying to focus things and focus on specific elements and to distill it and to try to duplicate it, because that's all they got right now. When the ability to email MP3 files around came about, and I remember the day it happened when I realized, you mean I can email a file to my friend in frickin' Florida or in Amsterdam and have them
Uh-huh.
on their radio station? Man, when that happened, that was when it all went to hell for the record companies, because they had no control over the release cycle, and curation of music went out the window too, because there's nobody curating it. All of a sudden, everybody can be out there all in the whole music industry as we once knew. It blew up. I remember that day. It was like, wow, it was sometime in what, 1997, I think it was, 898, when the
Uh-huh.
yeah, man, that was a huge game changer.
Wow.
Yeah,
So did you start playing in the 80s or the 90s?
I started playing in the 70s.
Oh, wow.
So who was the first person you ever played for?
Well, I played with a neighborhood band, a bunch of kids in the neighborhood. We had a little band and stuff like that, and we were I had a little group, little heavy metal group when I was in high school, junior high school, and then uh, I got into the R&B scene because it was in my blood so much by that point, and so I started
Yeah.
playing funk and R&B stuff, and that's where my heart was like, because I grew up on Stevie Wonder. We'd take road trips and Roberta Flack and all that stuff. The 8-track cassettes, remember those?
Yes.
Yeah, we'd have a whole box full of those 8 tracks, and Malico would always give my dad like a stack of cassettes to take along, and we'd listen to that. So I had a really broad musical palette growing up. I was
I, oh, you can continue.
what,
I said you
what?
can continue.
One more time. I'm sorry, I didn't hear.
I said you can continue. I was going to tell you something, but you were talking.
Okay. I'm sorry. Yeah, sometimes I'm a little hard of hearing. It's just comes with the game of playing music for 35 years. um, no, but today's music. It always irritates me when I hear somebody say, today's music sucks. No, it doesn't. There's so much good music out there. You just have to get out and dig for it. anything you want. You know, I love all styles of music, and I go and my what is it, the Amazon Music collection. It's
Uh-huh.
incredible all the albums I have because I'll just remember something like Charles Wright and 101st Street Watts Rhythm Band. They were the guys who did that song "Express Yourself." Remember that?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that was a huge hit. I remember when that came out, and well, the first time I heard it, I remember it was. I think it's probably the first song I ever heard that made me want to play drums. I do believe
Oh.
he had some like drums on that track, and I got to hang out with him a couple of times and meet him. So it was like being able to touch my, the nucleus of my drumming ability was just, it's him. It's amazing.
So who are some like big people that you didn't play for but that you met?
Oh God, I got a picture with Paul McCartney. I met oh geez. Well, there was this one time I was in between Ike Turner and Rick James at a place. We were at a concert in Alabama. We were in oh God, Birmingham, or I think we were Birmingham, yeah. And we were doing the Birmingham Blues Fest. And so there's Rick James on one side and Ike on the other. And I heard the funniest damn story. God, man, those two guys started up, and Rick says, "Hey, Ike, remember the time we were driving around L.A. in your Rolls Royce?" And Ike's like, "Yeah, man." And he looks over at me. He goes, "He's calling me Billy Ray." He say, "Billy Ray, man, we were driving around L.A. one night in the Rolls, and what we used to do, them wooden salad bowls. It's one of them things like the wooden salad bowl thing." I was like, "Yeah, yeah." He said, "Man, we used to have one of them filled up full of cocaine, man." And I'm like, "Wow, that's that's kind of risky, I would think." And he says, "Yeah, man, one night we were driving down the road and we had a cop come up behind us, and we got a little bit scared, and the car jerked to the side, and the bowl of cocaine flew everywhere and went all on the floor." And I was like, "Oh my God, what happened then?" And he says, "Well, the cop pulled us over, uh, and so Rick and I in the front seat going, oh man, what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do?" And Rick said, "Here, man, put this all over you." So powdered up everything with cocaine all over them. So they got cocaine in their clothes. It's all on their hair. And the cop pulls up next to him and lights him up with a flashlight and says, "What's up with you guys?" And Ike looks up at the cop, doesn't miss a beat, says, "Man, we've been in the studio sanding drywall all day, man." The drywall. It makes
Yeah.
powder, and it makes it walls. And when you sand the drywall, it looks like you've been coated in flour if you've been working in it. So that's how they got out of being, possibly put in jail for 25 years, was saying they were in there sanding drywall. And I
Oh
just
wow.
he was a smart dude. I'll tell you. He came from real humble beginnings in Clarksdale, Mississippi, and I was able to go to his house and where he grew up, and hang out there, and hear the story of, like, how what happened to his dad and all that.
Yes.
That was terrible.
Wow. Yeah, that was terrible. That was a tragic thing that, to have to go through and to see, your loved one being done like that. And, and then, people don't realize how it affects you mentally
Oh
and physically, seeing that.
yeah, I mean, you see, your father's out back. You can't even sleep in the house because he's rotting from the inside out, and they could. Man, he says, "Man, you can smell him up the block." Man, that's horrible. It kills me to hear that.
That is, I have a question. Do you think that the movie What Love's got to do with it? Do you think that really affected him?
Oh, I know it affected him, man. That killed him. So let me tell you the story behind that. What I know, I heard he got offered like $3,500 for and he was cracked up, and he really didn't. They said, "We gave you $3,500." He says, "Okay," and out, and I tell people all the time. People say, some people come up to me and like they'll say, I heard you play with Ike Turner. Like, yeah, he used to beat you. And my answer to them is, wow, I have never been asked that question. You come up with that on. I mean, that's really, that took a lot of mental horsepower to formulate that. And of course, no, he didn't. Thanks, bye. As far as the movie goes, I tell people take the absolute worst thing in your life when you were at your lowest point, when you had ego and control. You have, and then they make a movie about it, and it just, it's gonna play till the end of time.
Yeah.
That's not good. So some good came out of it though, because what that movie did is raise awareness for domestic violence, and
Yeah.
it helped to get stop that. What was portrayed. I don't agree with it. Household that was it was personal life. My parents long time. My dad was he was a monster. He was not a nice guy growing up. And I grew up in that environment, so I know it. And really commend Ike for doing to try to help out. And into his life, he even talked about a PSA for domestic violence. I mean, who better to do a PSA about domestic violence than Ike Turner, right?
Yeah.
Huge, absolutely huge.
Wow. Wow. Well, before we get ready to end our interview, Bill, we thank you a whole lot today for coming on and talking to us about it. Like we were discussing yesterday, it's a tragic that, you have to go through life seeing abuse and, segregation from every color, not just black, white, from every aspect, even in the music industry, but to also be degraded. When this movie came out, he had to rebuild back up his life with all of his uh, problems and everybody else's, and then with the media making it seem like he was just a terrible person and he was a dog and he was a monster, but not knowing there are two sides to every story, not knowing how he was and who he was. They just took it and ran with it. And it was a good thing that he did get his music career back up on his feet before he did pass away.
Yeah, well, he really he was an amazing guy, but as the whole segregation thing, I've seen it from a lot of angles. First of all, I'm a really light skinned guy, and blues bands when I was like 18, 19 years old, and I was the only white person in the band, and the cops would pull us over in these little Mississippi towns, and I'd hear the interaction between the cop and the person driving, who was black 90% of the time, and I would hear that interaction from the back of the van, and then we pull everybody out. All of a sudden it was like the air in the room changed. It was
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was heavy, and it was like, and all of a sudden it's like I'm the translator for the driver. Well, come on, why don't you come over here and let me talk to you? I'm like, well, why don't you talk to him? You pulled him over. He was right. Well, no, I just need to talk to you. I'm like, okay, and it was like the man's got a voice. Talk to him.
Yeah.
And why am I any higher on the totem pole? I'm just a 19-year-old kid who plays drums for this guy. I mean, that's
Yeah.
I guess he, it's just the fact that he was brave. He was gonna go out and
Yeah.
say,
Yeah.
yeah.
Like I said, we Mr. Woodward, do you have anything else to say?
No, I've learned a lot today. I could
Yeah,
say.
I have too. And like I said, we appreciate you coming on, talking to us, and hopefully, if we can, get you back for a part two.
Yeah, you don't mind if I ask you guys some questions, do you?
No.
So, Jamarian, where are you from, and what do you do, and how old are you?
Well, I'm from Georgia, and I don't really do anything. I mean, I collect records, as you can see, but I'm 13.
Nice. Wow, what a cool thing, man. You're getting to experience, interview side of things. That's really cool. And you're also putting it on. You've got somebody, on, from the music industry. So keep that up. And one thing I would do, I would lower your camera a little bit.
Mhm.
So yeah, I'm just like yeah, there you go. Yeah, like that. Now, yeah, you frame up. Think about your framing a little better, and you'll be good.
Mhm.
That's good right there. But I love that. I love the background, man. That's great.
Mhm.
I man, I used to take albums down like that. We were somewhere in France playing one time. There's a really good show if you go watch it. It's Ike at Jazz VIENNE. Chat. I'll send you guys a link, and then you can go watch that. That's one of the best concerts that we ever did, I believe. It's certainly the coolest place we ever played. It was a Roman amphitheater that it was buried for like thousands of years, and sometime in the mid 20th century, the hillside gave way. It was a landslide, and all of the amphitheater was exposed. So they excavated it out. And so the place where we were playing was like where somebody in, 275 BC was giving speeches. It was
Oh, wow.
heavy, man. That was heavy to be able to play a place like that. But that show, I'll send you guys the link, and that show is available on YouTube. So, and what about you, Lakia?
Lakia,
Yeah, thank you.
are you welcome? I am a stay-at-home mom. Been married for 20 years, and we have 3 kids. And I'm 39.
Oh, nice. Well, where do you live? What part?
I live in Oklahoma.
Oklahoma. Nice. This is
Yeah,
great. I really appreciate you guys interviewing me, and I think this is really awesome.
it is, and we really appreciate you letting us interview you. And first time anybody have asked us questions, so it's really interesting. And this will be put on YouTube so everybody can hear what we all had to say.
Nice. Very cool. Well, I appreciate you guys doing this, and I'm always happy to talk. And anytime, you guys.
All right. Well, you have
Okay.
a good day.
Have a good day. Bye, everyone.
Bye. Bye bye.